man, that trailer was incredible.
It's pretty
Thank you.
killer.
It's really insane.
Is the whole season insane?
Of course.
I mean, I can't say.
I
It's pretty
can't
cool.
tell you anything, but yes, it's very insane and very great.
How does it feel like in scale compared to season 1? Does it feel like the whole thing has gotten much bigger or what?
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. Yeah. The stories have gotten more intense. The stakes have gotten higher. Everybody has grown as people and as actors and as characters. It's more than I think what anybody is going to be able to imagine for season 2, for sure.
Insane.
Yes, it's beautiful.
I remember. Sorry.
Go.
I was just saying. We read we did a table read of one of the episodes, and at the very end of the episodes, Walker looked at me and was like, "That's a VFX Emmy for sure," and I 100% agree.
Yeah.
These are massive.
It's different.
It's been a while since you guys played the characters in between the years, right? Was it tough to get back into it?
Surprisingly, no.
Really?
It
But
was
we
kind
have
of
our
great.
acting coach to thank for that.
Yes, Andrew is like perfect. He's amazing. He makes. We had a meeting where we had to kind of put words on the board that like we wanted as like our core values as like a team of people, and we put Andrew as a.
What
on
more
the
needs to
board.
be said?
Nothing more, because he's amazing. He
He's
gets us
perfect.
like very locked in and very clear on every single thought and decision that our character would possibly make. It's really, really great. But yeah, no, I think also too the time away was good. It made me miss you guys even more than I already did. So it made me
like
eager
antsy
to
to
start.
work.
Yeah, it made me really eager to start.
So I think we all did our own prep, just
did.
because we missed it so much.
Yes, yeah.
I would ask both of you guys, and visually, now going into season 2, what did you want to bring to your respective characters?
Visually,
That's a great question actually. What do you think?
I think for Grover, the biggest thing, like visually and physically, obviously, you know, my wardrobe is slightly different this season. So I watched a lot of Pretty Woman. I watched a lot of what's that one movie where she runs away at the altar?
I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
Runaway
that
Bride?
starts the movie, right? Where she
Yeah,
runs
Is it
away.
Runaway Bride?
It's
Runaway Bride, yeah.
Is that the name?
Yeah.
I watched a lot of that, and so learning how to run in
heels.
and a dress.
about. He did a great
was-
job.
Thank you.
He had a little swing in his step and everything.
A little strut.
A little strut.
But that was, I didn't want it to feel, like it's a difficult balance of making it feel intentionally clumsy and awkward, and also making sure it doesn't seem like poop.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I think visually to Clarisse, the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure that I embodied for her was her insecurity, actually, because she's so confident in her, her tactics when it comes to, protecting camp, and also to just in the way that she trains. When she's holding her spear is like her security blanket. It's where she feels safe. But this season, it's like you get to kind of like crack open like her head and see what's going on in there. Kind of. So I think the most important thing for me to portray was that type of confidence that comes off very, very false, not from an arrogant perspective, but from a deeply scared and hurt perspective, but without overdoing it. It was a very thin line to toe, but we were able to get it done, I think, successfully.
As a fellow August 13th baby.
No way! Oh my
I know it's
gosh.
hard to draw that line. I get it.
It's very, yes,
Yes.
you understand. Yes.
August 13th.
August 13th.
The series is iconically, in my opinion, one of the most faithful adaptations to the book. Being in this series, first off, y'all come back, like y'all said, years later, getting back kind of in the family mode of things. What is it, in each of y'all's own words, that y'all like to, like for the fans? What is it about, the fans that, what do you like to strive to look from this perspective? Like, of course the book is in the first person, second from Percy's viewpoint, and this is from y'all's viewpoint to the fans. What is it y'all like to strive from that viewpoint?
It's an amazing question. I think the big thing with how we portray our characters and how we portray the story. I mean, one thing that I think the fans should know and that everyone should know is how important Rick is to this television series and how he okays and confirms everything. The big thing with this is that it's 20 years has passed since he's written the book, right? So he's getting
2009.
So he's getting the opportunity to expand in ways that he didn't get to before, that he didn't think of, because it's his book, baby. He's never going to stop thinking about the storylines, of course. So it's a really, really great experience for us to stay true to the core values of this series, as well as bring in new aspects and elements that highlight the story even more than it was before.
Like with Medusa in season 1.
Exactly.
A lot of these characters aren't, necessarily fleshed out because they can't be. Percy's, in his own lovable way, a bit of an unreliable
narrator. 1000%. I love it.
And you also mentioned it earlier in an interview, like, because it's not from Percy's perspective, you can kind of open every character's head and kind of
crack it open like an automaton.
Exactly.
You see the gears in there.
The gears around. So I think that's the biggest kind of help.
I like that.
Yes.
So for
This will be last question.
so for costume, there's the wedding dress, of course, for both of you. How much input do you put into your costumes?
That's a lovely question. Thank you for asking
great.
that. I know Tamara, our beautiful Thalia,
Stunning. I love her.
she did a ton of research beforehand on what she wanted her character to look like.
Yes.
And in association with our costume designer, basically created her outfit, which I think is
Exactly.
one of the most impressive things I've seen, like a castmate do.
It's very true.
It was insane. I couldn't have done that. But also, yeah, like for a lot of the fittings, they take our feedback. They're like, oh, is this too loud? Can you move in this? Is this a big one?
Very true. You get in there and you co-create, because as much as everybody does their research, we have to have our character's nervous system as a part of our nervous system too. So we know things about our characters that our costume designers would and want to come to us for. So I think that's a really, really big aspect of it for sure.